One day, the sun will dim and spread a shadow over the earth. Temples, which have stood forever, will be destroyed. The heavens will vanish, and the gods will fall upon the earth. One day the weak will have power over the strong. The poets will stop singing and instead take up the sword. It is in these darkest times that the strongest of heroes are born.
I sing now news of the goddess huntress we call Artemis, and I sing of a mortal man named Actaeon. The goddess Artemis, sister to Apollo and mistress of the moon. There is no greater hunter than she, none more fleet or sure of her mark with bow or spear. Actaeon too was a master hunter, and many a deer fell to his bow, and many offered up to Artemis in thanks. But Actaeon was given an ill fate. One night, chasing a boar, he burst into a clearing of the stream. And there, that very stream had keen-eyed Artemis selected for her moonlit bath. Naiads, dryads, all her nymphs around her, she had just destroyed and stepped into the stream when Actaeon appeared, wild from the chase. She grew angry that a mortal man had seen her unclothed, and with one cold look she turned him to a stag. A stag he then became, and Actaeon's own dogs chased after him, snarling at their master, now their prey.
News from all over Greece brings the same tale of destruction. The creatures roam everywhere. What are the small villages to do? Spartans cannot protect us all. We made offerings to Zeus for protection, and to Ares, fearing we had offended the hateful god of war. But still, the satyrs, centaurs, and harpies beset us night and day.
I used to sell plows and scythes to farmers, but since the monsters, it's been swords and shields, greaves and spears. Artemis smile on you.
can't hold anymore.
Yes? Okay.
We've got troubles. Every part of Greece is troubled these days. Sure, the centaurs and the satyrs are back. But for us, the walking dead are worse. Every night they're at the city walls. We wait to more farmland burned and cattle slain. The dead raise their hand against the living, and still the gods do not hear our prayers. The dead raise their hand against the living.
Why these monsters came or what they want? Nobody knows. Magara will hold out. We have warriors. We can fish if we can farm. Beyond the walls, I've heard rumors of bigger beasts, cyclopes. Would the walls of Magara hold out against one of those? I have heard news from almost every city-state in Greece. Beasts everywhere, houses burning. Is there any hope left? What am I really afraid of? I'll tell you. I'm afraid I'll survive when these monsters have had their way with Greece and raise my family hiding in caves or cowering deep in the woods. Magara has always been my home. I will stay here, come what may.
Muse, grant me voice and memory to tell about the first of wars. The oldest battle, in the times before the gods had come to rule, when they were bowed beneath the heavy Titan hand. The ill-formed Titans, great in strength and cruelty, oppressed the gods, their offspring. Until at last, behind the leadership of lightning-wielding Zeus, the gods took arms against the Titan kings. It was the first war, and the greatest. Oceans were moved, and mountains overturned. Gods and Titans struggled for dominion, might and cunning making victors first of one, and then another. Until at last, wearied in their age, the Titans lost the war. The gods threw down their foes beneath the earth, into the pit of Tartarus. Except for one, the strongest and cruelest of the Titans. And they chained beneath a mountain for revenge. Then Zeus was king of gods and ruler over all the world. The first gods, daughters and sons of the Titan Kronos, are Zeus, Hera, Demeter, Poseidon, and Hades. They rule the sky, the earth, the sea, and the underworld, where the dead come to dwell. The first gods, daughters and sons of the Titan Kronos, are Zeus.
By the looks of you, traveler, your feet are sure and firm on land. Well, mine are just as sure aboard a sea-bound vessel. We're out on the water long before rosy-fingered dawn. A good day, we're back in time to sell our catch. At first, when the monster showed up, I didn't worry. Take to the sea, I thought. But there are strange beasts in the water, too. Nowhere is safe. Fisherman. That is my trade, that is my life. It's dangerous these days. Sirens, stupefying sailors, and now, according to that fellow, kraken beasts big enough to eat a ship. Think of it! Oh, there's bigger boats that come here. Soldiers and traders from the corners of the earth. But before them, my grandfather's father sailed fishing boats in Megara.
The truth is, I've just arrived here myself. I was on a warship bound for Athens when siren song drove the crew mad. Unguided, our ship smashed against some rocks. I clung to a board and somehow washed ashore, along with plenty of other timber and much of our cargo, which was arms and gold. We washed ashore in an alcove on the Halcyon coast, which lies towards Delphi. Old sailors tell tales of sirens singing to passing ships, with voices so beautiful it drives the men mad. When the ship hits the rocks, they feast on the sailors' bones. But I never thought they were more than old sailors' yarns. I'd have returned to the beach, but strange and dangerous creatures roam the sands. I barely escaped alive.
Welcome, welcome! A fine warrior like yourself. I'm sure I've got just what you're looking for.
So, Leonidas sent you. He must have his hands full if he didn't come himself. Monsters are rampaging all over Greece, not just in Sparta. Perhaps the Oracle can reveal the source behind all these attacks. The Oracle requires an offering when one requests an audience. Take a branch from the sacred olive tree to the Oracle of Delphi, the greatest of the oracles. Kings and tyrants from the world over seek her prophecies. You will find the sacred olive tree in a grove on the road to Delphi, above the Helicos Pass. Take care, warrior. The Oracle of Delphi is the greatest of seers. Kings and tyrants from the world over seek her prophecies.
Everyone's talking about the undead, the living bones that attack us. Many in Megara whisper rumors, but I know the truth. I know where they come from. I crept out one night just before dawn and followed quietly. There is a ruined city built by the Mycenaeans long ago that we call Old Eleusis. It was there they went. There I followed them and watched them pour into the old stone gates.
Old Eleusis. That reminds me of an old myth they tell of the ruins. They say it was ruled by three princes. But in their hubris, they offended the god Apollo. He cursed them never to enter Hades, but to walk old Eleusis as restless undead.